boys and girls, Phranchize. Time for another triple U review, unscripted, unpolished, unprofessional. You know how I do it. You know how it's been since day one. You're still here. You know you love it. You know it. We're going to look at Far Cry 3, sequel to Far Cry 1 and 2. Nothing like stating the obvious, but we'll get it out of the way now. This game is massive. This game is both massive and beautiful. Like, it's just an amazing experience. And the reason the reviews took so long to get to you is I can't stop playing it. I literally cannot stop playing it. A lot of the footage you'll see in this review was shot within the first maybe 5 hours of the game. Bear in mind, that's not a lot of campaign time either. The game is that big. You're left in this open world with so much to do. You can actually achieve nothing of the main campaign while whiling away hours on Far Cry 3. So we'll start in true unscripted fashion, just how good it looks. Just to kick it off with how good it looks, just to get that out of the way, get the boring stuff out of the way first. The game looks gorgeous. The game's taken everything that Far Cry 2 was, looks wise, sort of aesthetic wise, and it's ramped that up. Now I thought Far Cry 2 was a very pretty game, albeit a very flawed game, which is why I had me doubts about Far Cry 3 coming off the back of the sequel. But this game takes everything that Far Cry 2 looked like and just ramps it up, just gives it another layer of shine, another spit polish, and it does. It looks absolutely gorgeous. From I mean, there's some questionable sort of lip syncing goes on, but in the grand scheme of things, doesn't sort of detract from the game at all. So yeah, the game looks gorgeous. The character models look really nice. The animals, the wildlife. I don't know about you, but I've never found a game that has done a dog well. If you know what I mean. Not done a dog. That sort of game doesn't exist. I hope. I've never found a game that built a dog in the game world and made it look like a real dog. And in this game, it's just like Staffordshire Bull Terriers. Terrifying Staffordshire Bull Terriers that look like Staffordshire Bull Terriers as well, particularly when they're ragging like lumps of your arm off. But like everything, all the animations, all the character models, sort of the environments just look massive, gorgeous, alive, just off into the distance as well. There's not sort of that, there is a little bit of a fog hanging in like the far sort of, if you stand on top of the highest point in the map looking out, but other than that it's not going to take away from your experience. Graphics done. You can see it in the review anyway. Don't forget to watch this in HD, because it is available in HD to watch. So watch it in HD, and that doesn't even show you how pretty it is, because I only record in 720. So to see it in all its glory, you need to buy it. I'm gonna give it a must buy straight away as well. Let's try and string this together a bit. You saw as I've already played like a stealthy sort of approach there. This is more of a gung ho sort of approach, just sticking machetes through people's necks and just shooting people in the face. But right, the campaign itself, right, is based around these sort of bunch of crazy kids who are all just out partying and shagging each other and just having a really good time, and then it all goes wrong on this island, Rook Island or Nook Island. I forget. Forgive me, I forget. But this island's essentially been like taken over by pirates. It does have natives on there, but it sort of became like a pirate haven. Not like the good kind of pirate either, like the naughty kind of pirate. And you go along and you get captured at the beginning and you break free. I'm not going to spoil any of the story for you, just it's got some really memorable characters. You'll have already seen Vass. Vass is like tremendous, so more characters like him in the game. What you're looking at there, that's sort of a leveling system. The more XP you generate, you sort of level up. You level up your character in different ways, like strengths or stealth, sneaking, health, sprinting, stamina and all that kind of thing. You level up sort of RPG-esque style. I said this game was huge. I can't put into words how huge the map is. Far Cry 2 had like a huge map. Far Cry 3 sort of takes that and takes all the negativity away from it by putting a lot on the map to do, whereas Far Cry 2 you could drive for half an hour without actually seeing anything. In this game you've got a sort of very Assassin's Creed-esque radio towers. Like you can see them on the map. Everything else is sort of hidden under like the fog of war, if you like. Get the radio towers, activate them, and it unlocks like big sections of the map. So you'll see, I mean, like I said, this is in the first, what, couple hours of the game, so I hadn't unlocked all the map at this point. But just look at the size of that. That's taken us hours to unlock that much. And there's still more to go at that point. And like, it's chocked full of things to do to keep you from getting bored. You've got your main campaign side of things where you're doing missions to try and sort of find your friends who have all been captured, split up, or murdered. And you're trying to get them all and bring them all to safety. And it's like it follows your Jason, this guy Jason, it follows his journey from like just a hedonistic lifestyle of just partying and no doubt massive narcotics use and drinking heavily, and he's sort of thrown onto this pirate island where he's got to like fend for himself and find his friends and avenge deaths and whatnot. So that's the sort of story. But outside of the campaign, the whole island, there's no way of saying other than the island's actually alive. The whole island is running so many different things at once. You've got sort of pirate encampments that you've got to try and take over. You've got small villages dotted about, and people are now going to need help just with their day-to-day life. And then you've got like the wildlife that lives on the island, and it's not like a duck or like you stumble across a snake now and again. It's full on like tigers and bears and sheep and tortoises, giant tortoises. And like normally I wouldn't recommend killing a tortoise, but you'll see. Just the whole game's just so amazing. Like I haven't even, at this point, I can't put into words. Just I'd accomplished nothing, but achieved so much. So much to do. The soundtrack on the game as well. Like there's at one point I was running along on a quest, having to just burn some drug fields, and with like an antique flamethrower to the sounds of Skrillex, and you haven't lived until you've went burning drug fields with an antique flamethrower to the sounds of Skrillex. You just haven't. Just an amazing game. Trying to think what else I can give you on this game. Like you already should have stopped watching this by now and just rushed out to buy it. Just amazing. We'll talk a bit more about like the wildlife in the game. Sort of, the game is its own ecosystem. This island, it doesn't matter what's going on, there'll always be this wildlife. And if it's not just aimlessly meandering about the island, getting on with life, like eating grass, it's hunting something. And if it's not hunting another animal, inevitably it's hunting you. And if you're not quick enough, they will get you. There's sort of like some pretty scary things as well. Komodo dragons, sharks, tigers, dingoes, boars, pigs, sheeps. Just awesome. Like I've been doing an encampment before. I attacked like a pirate encampment sort of thing. I wanted to take it out like an outpost, and I just couldn't do it. There was just too many guards in there, and I didn't know what route to take. Respawned, hid behind a box while I was planning it out. A tiger just moseyed along, killed them all. Just a tiger ran in the camp and killed them all for us. It did eventually kill me as well, so I had to go back and do it all again. But it's just amazing. Just like, you think you might be like this video here. I thought I was hunting that tiger. Turns out I wasn't. Turns out it just had other plans for old Phranchize. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think I've waffled a lot, but just an amazing game. If I've missed anything now, it's too late. Like the multiplayer and that's a tag on. Don't bother with that. This crazy lady who just doesn't talk. What do you want? Yes? Are you calling me a wanker? Oh. There's something seriously wrong with you, isn't there? You're deranged.
What about me? A war journalist looking for a story to redeem me after I exaggerated the truth.
Okay.
Shut up. They killed my husband. I was a doctor before they threw me in a stinking cell.
I'm just going to stand over here. I'm out of here. There's